What it is, y'all, it's your old boy Pilk, and I'm coming back with another Konosuba video. Now, we got a brand new Battle Arena EX, and this one, I won't say it's tricky per se, but it definitely is not as easy as the last few that we've had. Now, honestly, that probably comes down to me just lacking some of the units that are really good for this. But the things you really need to know about this to be successful, number one, just in general, Battle Arena EX, the number one thing you need to pay attention to is getting a good score. Because what's going to happen here, if we go here into rewards, every single run, if you get 2.2 million or up, you are basically going to maximize your rewards. And what that's going to do, it's going to give you obviously some arena medals, and there's specific rewards you can get up to, including like caddy reliefs for every drop. Now, also as you maximize your rewards here, there's a ton of really good stuff that you can get. But a lot of your really valuable rewards can drop every single run, or at least every frequent run, or frequently on runs, I should say, if you're able to get that 2.2 mil. Now, normally that's pretty easy, but today, and maybe it's just because I don't have the right team assembled quite yet, today I'm struggling a little bit with this team, and I'll kind of show you why here in a moment. And I kind of feel like a lot of other free-to-play players might have this problem. So it says, watch out here for normal attacks. Nothing too crazy there. Attacks focus on the front line of your party. That's pretty common, actually. Enemies are relatively weak to bind attacks, and be aware of haze attacks. So, haze resistance is going to be paramount here. Now, I'm going to go into train. Now, I've gotten 2 mil. And on average here, I'm at the point where I'm getting like 1.9 to 2 mil. So I've got to eke out a little tiny bit more score. So what have we done? Well, number one, you need to know that there is a survivability bonus here. So you need to survive this event to really kind of get maximum benefits here. Number two, we need some haze resistance. Now I can already see one problem here. Mia does not have haze resistance. So, yeah. So we're going to go ahead and put that on her. Now that one is not fully ascended. Let's see. Doesn't look like, do I not have a haze amulet that's ascended? I apparently do not. Alright, so what I'll do is I'll just give her one of the better armaments. That actually means that I've got to go in here. Actually, you know what? Union has a haze amulet, so I'm going to swap that out with Union. Now, obviously the goal here is to have all of my frontline units basically stay in play. I do not want to lose anybody on this run. Now, Union is a really good unit for this event because she's going to actually bolster our magical attacks. But, and I'll say but, I have actually found that having her on the front line has slightly hindered my team a little bit. Now, when it comes to the EX missions, obviously they always kind of give you a goal here. And if you check down below, it says character bonus. So, you get a character bonus for having Wiz on the team. It took me a minute to look at it to realize whether that was Union or ROA. That is actually Union. Union, Mia, who we've got here, Amy, who we've got there, and Veneer. Now, Veneer's the sad, unfortunate situation with my team because I do not have a 4-star Veneer. In fact, the only Veneer I've got is this 3-star unit. So I'm at a major disadvantage here. But putting him on the rear of the team kind of is going to just more or less guarantee that, I mean, for lack of a better or easier way to put it, he's taking up a slot, but he's definitely not going into the battle. So we're lacking a little battle power, but it's really not going to affect anything just because this is a unit that I literally only have this 3-star of. I don't have any 4-stars. I don't have anybody else that I can really throw on the team. He's just there kind of filling a hole. Now, we need to talk about the front line of the team because what you need to do is you need to have somebody on the front line that is pretty hardy. And I think Wiz is like perfect for the front line of that team. Almost every single basic attack that she has does heal herself. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward. I like this one too. Earth magic damage to one enemy, and moderate reduction of lightning damage for all allies. That's actually not going to affect us. What I'm looking at here is Earth magic damage to one enemy, 183 with HP is above 70%, and moderate boost to magic attack for all allies. Now that's the big one, okay? Because normally, and I will emphasize normally, that is why we have Union come in. Okay, now Union would do her skill 1, and that's exactly what she's going to do with her skill 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually use Wiz for basically that skill and for her self-healing. Plus, on top of that, I'm going to add, for those of you that were around for the Danmachi collab, I'm going to use Hestia's Blue Ribbon, because that has a chance to absorb 50% of damage. If you don't have that, some of the more frequent events that we got actually do have, not weapons, but healing items that actually will heal. I'm looking at the flag here. So this will actually recover some healing as well. Now, I like the fact that we've got power absorption, because she's going to be producing a decent amount of damage. And I just happen to realize one thing I can actually do to make her way better than make the whole team way better than it already is. And I can't believe I just only now thought of it. Now, normally on the sub side, you're going to want to run somebody that's like, got this 10% boost. But hear me out. I think this is a golden situation. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here to filtration, and I'm going to filter this down to a unit that actually boosts the SA charge. So I'm going to grab the this unit, this 4-star Aqua, and that is going to boost our SA gauge charging, so that what's going to happen is, essentially, she's going to be able to just produce more and more and more damage. Now, water magic damage to all enemies, significant reduction of their magic defense and agility. Now, this is going to be really important, because what she's going to do, she's going to hit them with that. She's going to reduce their magic defenses, so that way all of our other magic units can come in and do their work. Now, why would we not put Union? Why would we not put Union where Mia is? Because Mia, obviously being a physical unit, is at a bit of a disadvantage here. But if you remember, let's go and pull up Mia here. They're relatively weak to bind attacks, and Mia actually has a bind attack with a really good cooldown. Water physical damage to all enemies and minor chance to bind them. It is a minor chance, but when she gets it off, it'll do significant damage. So, this has thus far proven to produce a decent amount of damage. Now, the one downside here is that because of my units, if I go to your upgrade skill, she's just base. Okay? That is a problem. I probably should upgrade her. But you'll notice there's a pattern here. Mia, go to training. She's got no bonds at her. She is base. And my other frontline unit, Amy. Amy's here. Notice she also does SA gauge boosting, but she also does recovery. That's her whole purpose in existing here. She's just recovering the team. That's all she's doing. So, the downside is she's not really producing damage, and once again, she's not level boosted. So, if I really wanted more damage out of these teams, I probably wouldn't do it with Amy as much, because she's not really in damage production. She's not my DPS by any stretch. I would probably want to go and do that to Wiz. Wiz, if anything, Wiz would be the one to get my potions in this situation. But I'm a little low on potions, so I'm going to chill on that for now. Let's go ahead and do a training session and see what we get and analyze our results real quickly. Here we go. Okay. So, I do have Mosuke set to, he's actually the assist that I'm using, and that's basically just because he's my most potent one at the moment. There are probably better ones but I haven't done enough of the summons, unfortunately. I've been holding on to those 2 live streams, and unfortunately our live streams haven't been coming together. We really do need to fix that. But okay, so here we go. We actually have an essay with Wiz. This will be great. From this point on, both her and Amy should be producing significantly more damage. Notice our enemy is slowed quite a bit too. That's great news. We really want to keep our opponent here in this slow down situation. Amy's going to go ahead and do some healing here. And the real downside is, unfortunately, when Amy heals, she did wipe out Wiz. That is the one downside to running Amy here. But if I don't run Amy, then we don't have a lot of survivability. Now, there is an argument to potentially running Union on the front line and putting some healing on her. I just really like Amy for how much she really does there. Now, my survivability bonus is ×4. If Wiz had survived, I would have a better survivability bonus. And a lot of that comes down to Amy being there. But I'm on the cusp of getting it. So maybe taking Wiz off and putting Union on the front might actually be a better solution, but I'm really, really, really close. I'm actually getting this out. If we'd had the max survivability bonus, we probably would have been there. So I've got to do a little bit more work. Probably just need to give Wiz a couple of potions to get a little bit more damage out. Not only would that she'd survive a little bit more, I also probably need to nerf Amy's SA and actually prevent her from doing her SA. That actually might be what I need to do just to make sure she doesn't wipe out Wiz. Because remember, Wiz being a Lich, anytime they're healing, she's taking damage. Now, early game, that's not too bad, but with that SA, you saw it just wiped her out. So, that might be one of the things that I have to do, is just kind of hold Amy back. But we need the early healing in order to keep Mia in play. So it's kind of like this balancing act. I will tell you, I did try it without Amy on the front line, with just Union and Mia, and unfortunately, it didn't bode well. Most everybody got wiped out, and we wound up coming into Amy pretty quickly. So that early healing is pretty paramount. So it's just coming up with this balancing act. But we're really, we're getting our bonuses, we're getting our boosts. It's just probably a matter of, I guess, getting a little bit more damage out and getting Wiz to heal a little bit more. So, hopefully this helps you guys out. Let me know what kind of success you've seen here, because this one's, the last few have been so super easy. This one's kind of presented a problem for me, and it's, obviously if I had this Wiz or had, one of the other Wizzes, I'd be fine, but I'm not really necessarily looking to summon right now. I need to chill, and I need to reaccrue some quartz. I'm hurting for quartz at the moment. Now, I do want to say, I do have 5 free summons here today, so let's jump in and do these summons and see if maybe we can get lucky and grab a 4-star. I haven't grabbed a 4-star on any of these yet, so I'm really hoping we get lucky here. Doesn't look like it's going to happen, but it could be a fake out. And it's all 2 stars. So, yeah, that's a solid rip. Now, we do have these every single day, so there is still hope. But, like I said, if you want to maximize those rewards, go in there. Make sure you guys are taking advantage of these training sessions, and make sure you guys are doing EX missions every day. I know EX missions got a little old for a little while, but now that we kind of have a little more difficulty here, I don't know. Might be back to being fun again. Nevertheless, like, comment, share. I'll be back with more Konosuba for you guys here coming up really soon.